Yeah, it's a quiet Cordova neighborhood that's now dealing with quite a mess after vandals came through. This after a student apparently stole a teacher's phone. That phone contained nude photos. And speaking of your personal brand, she recommends you take a look at your resume, update that, and then update your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, Ursula, this is a story you're going to want to look up at your TV for. This looks like a holiday card. It sounds like a holiday card, but hidden inside here are batteries. So here's the finished product. This side is the hot dog without a battery. This side is the hot dog with a battery about 2.5 hours later. That's what can happen to your child's throat. Now, police say they got a call just after 7:30 on Saturday for shots fired in the mall. But when they arrived, they found out no shots had been fired. Instead, the sound of shattered glass. David, the off-duty officer, told police he had 5 shots of Fireball, followed by 3 beers. All of this before he got behind the wheel. So what do you do if you spot a pothole? Well, you can call 311 and give them the location, or you can use the Smart Government app to take a photo. Police say it was just before midnight. A woman was walking by herself when a man stopped and asked if she needed a ride, but when she said no, Ursula, every single day, kids walk to and from South Park Elementary. It's a very walkable place, but about a week ago, a racy billboard went up, and it went up about 35 feet from the street, the same spot as the start of, but not in violation of, a school zone. It's usually pretty quiet during the winter months here at Coral Lake. That's because the lake is relatively frozen. But yesterday, if it weren't for a college student who was home from winter break, yesterday's tragedy could have been much worse. It affects about 3,000 people, and it affects a lot of things like who's now responsible for picking up your trash. Imagine falling 30 feet. That's about 3 stories, but imagine doing that in the dark and not knowing just how far you're falling. Officer Falatko was trying to arrest Riley when his head went through what was this glass window. Joe and Ursula, this is a map of Memphis. The dark purple areas are the more concentrated areas of high school dropouts. This is just one example of the destruction from last night's tornado. It's an uprooted tree in someone's backyard that landed in someone's front yard on their front porch. And this is an example of what crews have been dealing with all day. It's called implied consent. It's something you agree to when you get behind the wheel in Tennessee. Driver's license or not, if an officer has probable cause to believe that you've been drinking, you agree to a breath